Okay, I am going to be talking about measurement conversions. This video will limit itself to the US system only. Now I will be using this, okay? This is my own personal conversion sheet which I have collected over the years. I will be using portions of it, okay? Since the US measurement system is up here, I'll probably restrict myself to this component right here. This is probably different from the conversions that you are going to use, that you might be expected to use for whatever course you're in. Okay, I know that a math course that I teach, which requires measurement conversions, has a standard conversion sheet which is different from mine. If you are one of my students, you will need to use the appropriate formula sheet, or the appropriate conversion sheet on tests and homework assignments, even if you're not using the one I'm making for this video I'm making for the general public. Okay, so anyway, here's the idea. I'm going to take a procedure that can be used for unfamiliar measurements, but I'm going to start with familiar measurements first. Okay, so here's the procedure I propose. 1, identify needed conversion factor or factors. Okay? Step 2, set up a fraction. Set original measurement to be multiplied by a fraction. Three. Put original unit diagonal to measurement. 4, put its number next to it. 5, put other pair, or how about this? Fill out other side of your fraction. Six, cancel unwanted unit. 7, multiply across and divide if appropriate. Okay, so before we do this, let me review fraction multiplication. Review. Fraction multiplication. So, example 1. 4/5 times 7/8. Okay, both 4 and 8 are divisible by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 1 times 7 is 7. This is 10. Okay? Example 2. 15 times 3/5. Actually, let me make that 2/5. Okay? Do. You could write this as 15 over 1 times 2/5. Okay? Now, 15 and 5 are both divisible by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, 15 divided by 5 is 3. So you'd have 6 over 1, which is just 6. Okay? Alternate approach. 15 times 2/5. You could still treat the 15 as a numerator. Okay? You could treat the whole number like a numerator, because any whole number is really a fraction of 1. So, 15 and 5 are both divisible by 5. 1, 3, we have 6 over 1, which is just 6. Okay? So that is what we're going to, the basis of what it is we're about to be doing. So, coming up here, let me erase everything. And now let me do this. Examples. So example 1. 2 yards equals how many feet? Now some of you probably are already thinking it's 6. Okay? Well, yeah, I know that. Okay? You know that. So let me use this procedure to do this in a problem that's familiar, so it will be easier to do when you're doing more difficult problems. Okay? Do. So, step 1, identify needed conversion factors. 1 yard equals 3 feet. Because there's 3 feet to a yard. Okay? Step 2, set original measurement, 2 yards, to be multiplied by a fraction, times fraction. Let me put it a little lower. 2 yards times fraction. That's meant to be a times, a multiplication symbol. Put these closer together. 2 yards to be multiplied by a fraction. Put the original unit diagonal to the measurement. So that could be thought of as a numerator. So I'm going to put yards in the denominator. Okay? You don't have to do that to do the over 1. So let me do that again without it. So I got my 2 yards. Let me start from scratch again. 2 yards. So identify the unit. Set the original measurement to be multiplied by a fraction. The unwanted unit is the yards, and this is equivalent to a numerator, so I'm going to put yards in the denominator. Put its number next to it. So 1 yard, so here's yard, here's its number, 1. Fill out the other side of the fraction. This will go here. Okay? These two will go in the other part of the fraction. Cancel the unwanted unit, just like fraction multiplication. Cancel, cancel. Multiply across. 2 times 3 is 6. The feet are unaffected. And I'm dividing by 1, which doesn't change anything. So I have 6 feet. Okay? That is how this works. Let me put a similar example on the board. Example 2. convert 17 quarts to gallons. No problem. Okay, do 17 quarts, I'll use the abbreviation. Okay, so 17 quarts. Step 2, set it up to be multiplied by a fraction. Put the original unit diagonal to the measurement. This can be thought of as a numerator, so I'll put quarts. Actually, I skipped a step because I forgot that I assumed everybody knew this. Okay, so let me pretend to look this up on my chart. Okay, there's 4 quarts. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Now I'm ready to set this up and proceed. Okay, once I push this down a little bit. Okay, so 17 quarts times. Okay, set it up to be multiplied by a fraction. Put the original unit diagonal to the measurement. So here's the quart that I want to get rid of. Put its number next to it. QT, here's the quarts, its number is 4. Fill out the other side of the fraction, so this will be 1 gallon. Okay? Cancel the unwanted unit under the principles of fraction multiplication. Done. 7, and then multiply across. 17 times 1 is 17. The gallons is unaffected, and the 4 is still there. Okay? So what this means is either 17 divided by 4 is, I'll pretend I'll do this on my calculator. Okay, 4.25 gallons, 4 and 1/4 gallons. Okay? And that's the premise of what it is you're going to be doing. Let me erase the board and put another one up there. Example 3. Example 3. Convert 2,700 and actually let me change it a little bit. Convert 2,800 yards to miles. Now, I know for a fact, I know that I don't have a conversion that goes direct from yards to miles or miles to yards. Okay, so here's what I'm going to have to do. Use 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And 1 yard equals 3 feet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a plan. Yards to miles actually, I need to think of it a different way. This is the intermediate, so yards to feet, and then feet to miles. That's the plan, okay? This is going to be the middle because it's the one that they have in common, okay? I apologize. For a second, I forgot what I was really doing. So, 20, and then what I propose, and then what I want to do next is round to 1 decimal place. Round to 1 decimal place. Okay, so here goes. First, I'm going to convert 2,800 yards times, so first, yards to feet. Let me go ahead and specify what I'm doing. First, yards to feet. So 2,800 yards times fraction. My unwanted unit is the yard, so I will put a diagonal to it. Its number, yard, goes with 1. Okay? Doing the yards to feet, that the top will be 3 feet. Okay. Cancel my yards. 2,800 times 3 is 8,400 feet. Over 1 yard, or just over 1, sorry, the yards cancel. So that's just 8,400 feet. Okay? I'll write it a little bigger since it's visible. 8,400 feet. Second, feet to miles. Notice that the symbol for miles is MI. M stands for something else. MI is a symbol for miles. So, 8,400 feet times. The unit that's intended to be canceled is the feet. We're using this conversion. The number that goes with feet is 5,280. On top, 5,280 feet, 1 mile. So, cancel my feet. 8,400 times 1 is 8,400. The miles will stay because it was uncanceled, and then I have 5,280. All right, so 8,400 divided by 5,280, 1.590909, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it says round to 1 decimal place, so that's going to be 1 as directed, 1.6 miles. This direction said to round to 1 decimal place. Okay, I'm going to call this for now, this is the end of the video.